Unfortunately, we did have 5 people. I don't know what that was. We had 5 people that perished during this storm, and our hearts and prayers and our thoughts are with the family members who experienced that. Secondly, I will say this: if I grew up in the snow as you did as well, Miss Morningstar. First
Yes.
things first, once it stops snowing and you're done with the ugliness of the snow, go and get your car cleaned. Get the salt, get the sand off of your car. You don't want to leave it on there. Check on your pipes and your plants. I kept a couple plants outside, and I'm just hoping that they'll come back. And then most importantly, check on your loved ones, especially those who live alone, especially the elderly, because they tend to stay quiet in times like this, and we really need to check on them and make sure that they're okay. Now that we're done with the weather, I will say that I don't see anything major happening weather-wise this weekend, hopefully, but I'm not a meteorologist, but you know, only God knows what's going to happen. So stay warm, stay away from the fires, and stay safe. Now that we're done with the weather, let's jump into the news. Local, I won't say local. I'll say our government has really they've done a number this week. Number one, I tip my hat to Bishop Marianne Buddy. She gave the prayer, and she basically explained to the man that's in office now. She gave him a message. Now, whether or not he receives the message, that's on him. But she gave him a message that everyone in the country can agree on. Empathy. What is wrong with empathy? When did we stop being a nation of empathetic people and we are a nation of cruelty and hate? So she did give him a message. He wasn't happy about the message. What do you think, Ms. Morningstar?
Oh boy, you can see by the looks on that face how unpleased him and his family was the message
Yeah,
she gave. But she was absolutely true. She was
yeah,
being truthful. I mean, it's time somebody actually stands up to this demon, I call him, uh, that we're facing. I mean, we are being put in only 4 days in extraordinary positions
yeah.
unimaginable. People are literally going to suffer behind his cruelty. So, yeah, I think it was necessary.
I do too, especially considering that now they're rounding up people from churches and schools. I know that some people aren't showing up for work, which is going to affect the grocery stores, grocery prices. If there's no one picking the oranges and there's no one, harvesting the fruit that is harvest will be price gouged out of this world. So I don't think that they thought it through. Is an understatement. I don't think that they thought, let's go ahead and uh, deport all of the people who actually are here making America great. And I don't understand how they didn't think things through. Who did they think would go out there in those fields? Because I know they didn't think it would be us. We took advantage of the opportunity of uh, making things great by
Hmm.
going to school and getting
Right,
educated. We took
right,
advantage of not just sitting back and doing nothing. We have a whole panel of people who have taken the initiative to start their own businesses. So
mm,
who exactly will be out there harvesting the fruit?
that's
Who's
right.
going to fill those jobs? You're rounding up people. I think so far they've rounded up 500 and some odd people. It's pretty devastating. It's sad. People come to this country for a better life,
Right.
and America has always offered that opportunity until here recently.
Right.
So all I can say to you
It's terrible, Kitty. And I mean,
is,
again, not only are you going to hurt the fabric of America, you're going to tarnish our reputation. You're going, it's so much damage that is being done. It's really sad to be able to sit here and watch. And we, unfortunately, it's nothing that we can do at this moment for them,
oh,
that will
it's-
suffer from this injustice, I call it.
yeah. I mean, we had one thing to do. We had one job. We had one thing that we had to do in order to make sure that this wouldn't happen. And that one thing that we had to do, the one thing was to vote. And people felt like it was a joke or felt like it wasn't going to be impactful, or I don't know. But now that we're seeing the find out stage, it's hard to witness people and families go through this. It really is. And it's sad. However, they voted for this. This is what you wanted. This is what you felt like you wanted to do. And here we are. It's week one, and it's so many changes to all these executive orders that I don't see any benefit to any of it. Everything that I'm seeing is a strip away and take away and do away with and demolish. What what type of
It's
country is
hurtful.
this?
It's
Yeah,
hurtful. Where do you come to a country where you don't want to better the country? You want to hurt the people. And it's
mhm,
about the people. And I'm glad you mentioned that about these executive orders that are in place and things like that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because we're definitely facing some harder times with these executive orders. We just found out recently the DEI programs. He calls it a radical wastefulness. And canceled thousands of jobs. People who
thousands.
depend on their jobs every day, who get up faithfully, go to work, do their job, just to make the world better, just to make equality for everybody. It's not about a color, it's about equality. So people having a sense of being able to go to a job to provide for their family. It's
Absolutely.
disgusting.
It really
Jasmine
is.
Crockett, she was on Roland Martin yesterday. I don't know if you caught it, but she spoke on some of these radical things happening, and about the white supremacists that has now, took over the White House, and now we're dealing with these consequences.
Yes. And at what peril, you have someone getting up there giving the salute. I refuse to say it. The salute to, it's like you're signifying that we're back. And I need our brothers and sisters out there to know hatred never wins. Never. At the end of the day, there's always something that comes along and it stops this ugliness that's rearing its head. It stops this ugliness that's hurting and damaging people. And for what? What is the purpose of doing this? It's all for greed, it's all for money, and it's all purely out of hate. Hating someone just because they look different from you, they may speak a different language. At the end of the day, we are all people. I don't know where and how we got lost. I don't know how it became acceptable to treat your neighbor. I mean, they say Christian values, but I really think that maybe they may want to pick up a Bible and actually read it instead of going off of someone who is just demolishing this country. And
Mhm.
I need people to understand, after they're done with the migrants and they're pushing them out the country, the migrants, because they're not immigrants, they're migrants. They're migrating from a unsafe or a different part of the world, and they're coming here for cover. after they push all the migrants out, and we as a country, as a nation, need workers, who exactly are we going to employ? Who's going out in the fields? Who's going to go clean those businesses? Who's going to do that manual labor that our Latino population and our Cuban population and our migrant population were willing to do? Who? Because it won't be us. We were brought over here unwillingly on slave ships, and we worked for free unwillingly because we didn't have a choice. Now that we are free, we didn't stop educating ourselves. We've educated ourselves, and we've started businesses, and that is why we are here now. So who's going to go and do that hard labor? Has the tables flipped? I don't know, sis. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what their plan is, what their expectations are. Because like you said, then what? It's always a then what. Everything sounds and feels good to them for the moment. But then when that moment has ended, then what? Well, who's your next group of people that you might want to attack or, harass? Who are you going to move on to next? So that's something to think about.
Yeah, it actually is. And it all stemmed from, I think, people not understanding that they had a responsibility to not just be here and go through the motions, but actually be engaged and voting and ensuring that your future is safe. Well, you're listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. We'll be right back. I'd like to play this, and I want everyone to just take a second and just listen.
First thing first, back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws, they the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president.
I absolutely love that, you guys. I mean, he is absolutely telling us exactly how it is.
On point.
People need to understand. You think that you can just vote somebody in and all your problems are fixed and you're done for 4 years. No, we have to be responsible for what comes next. It's up to us to determine who's going to be sitting in that seat, and the person that's sitting in that seat ensuring that he's or she is making sure that their constituents are getting the goods and services and funds that they need in order to survive. It's not just, I'm going to go vote and I'm done. It's getting engaged, and not just getting engaged, staying engaged. So we have 2 years. We have 2 years to go through it. And in those 2 years, we have to determine, we're going to go through some things, unfortunately, because we allowed a criminal and his buddies to get into the White House. And allowing them to get into the White House, we've given them access to the piggy bank, access to all all of our goods and services, all of our benefits, Social Security, everything. But hope is not lost. Let me tell you why hope is not lost. Because the one thing that they don't have is us. They don't have our minds. They don't have our spirits. And it's up to us to stick together to ensure that we hold them accountable. We don't just go quietly and, okay, no. And those companies that are bending the knee, I refuse to even name them. I'm not giving you any airtime. But those companies who are stripping DEI and removing those Black and brown businesses who have created products and removing them from their shelves, bring your products on over to Our Plugs. Come on over here. You don't have to sell to them. You don't have to beg them to sell your products. We're stronger together. And this is what they fear more than anything else. They fear us uniting more than anything else in the world. Because if we unite, we can win. It's when we're divided. So that's why they made it a point to make up race, Black and white. They made it a point. Because if you tell the white man that the Black man is the worst person in the world, he'll believe him. And if you tell the Black man that you're not anything, he'll believe him. You know, they came out with television, and television tells a vision. And that vision for Black and brown people wasn't a positive vision. It was a vision to hold us down. But yet here we are. Miss Morningstar, let me ask you, hon.
Yes.
When you started your business, 5 years ago? Did you think you were?
This year.
Did you ever think that you were going to be on the radio?
Not even a little bit. That wasn't the goal. I never thought I'd be here to be able to speak on it. Yeah, to speak on it and talk about it, and that it was able to sustain with hard work and endurance and dedication. It was able to sustain through the first 4 years of him.
Absolutely. And we're still here. So although times may seem a little bleak because we're turning on the TV or we're getting messages or, it's all over social media of him doing the most insane, asinine things possible to the people that he's supposed to serve, we have each other.
That's right.
We have each other. And the reason why we created Our Plugs is so that we could connect, we could sustain another 4 years, another 4 years, another 4 years, so we can pass it down because our children are watching. And how devastated we feel, imagine being a young adult and leaving home and this is what you have to deal with. Or graduating from high school or college, and this is what you're faced with. We have to give them some sense of hope, some sense of purpose. And right now, it's on us. It is on us. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, sis. I want to get into Keisha Studios because I love what she's doing out there. And then we're gonna come back with our first two guests to talk about their business. That is a powerful Black woman and Bunny. They'll be our next guest. Let's go ahead and listen to what Keisha has to say, baby.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios.
And we are back. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my sisters on into the stage tonight. Good evening, powerful Black woman. Good evening, Bunny.
Hi, ladies. How are
Good
you?
Hey, welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, I guess we can start with Powerful Black Woman. I'm going to play this intro first, and then I'm going to let you talk, and then I want to play your commercial. So let's start with your intro because I absolutely love it.
Hello, may I introduce myself? My name is Ziva Carter. I am the founder and CEO of our nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. But first, I want to tell you a little story, how it all began. You see, at the age of 13, living in Detroit, my very first volunteer job was giving back to the senior citizens community with hot meals, Meals on Wheels. And when I gave my first meal to that lady, I seen the joy and the smile on her face when she received that hot meal. Right then and right there, something pierced my spirit and told me that this was my calling. As years and time went on, I'm 60 now, live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, continue to give back to the community, trying to do a good deed. With my husband and I nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands, we serve over 600 families with our monthly food distribution to those families with low income trying to feed their loved ones. We also give back to the unhoused community, those that have been displaced on the streets from losing their home, their jobs, or even down in their luck. So I'm asking you, my family, please help us feed more people here in Kalamazoo. If you'd like to donate, go to www.carterscaringhands.com and give back whatever you can, because every cent counts, every dollar fold, and us together can uphold the dignity and the people we serve. Highly appreciate it, and I thank you. May God continue to watch over you and watch over this country. God bless.
I absolutely love that. I really do because you gave your story, and I love your story. Powerful Black Woman, Ziva Carter. Let me ask you,
Yes.
what what I know you told us what your how you started, but what keeps you going every day, especially now? What's driving you to keep going?
It's the community I look at. I grew up in that community in Detroit, and I seen the damage it was carrying on the people. And I see some of our officials, the ones we voted in, wasn't helping enough. And it seems like we have more food pantries everywhere than clinics, and that's kind of strange to me. So I
Mhm.
and I see the people that's struggling to eat, even teenagers out here now in the streets, especially here where I live in Kalamazoo. So what gets me going is seeing the community suffering. I pray a lot, I meditate, I go to service, and I just continue moving. You know,
That's
I have I
beautiful.
have a, I have a saying I say every morning. I call it my PMP: protect your peace, move forward, and perseverance.
Yes, ma'am. I love that. You have to have some way, you have to have something in order to get you through these trying times. But the fact that you see and you saw growing up and you said, okay, I have to do something, I have to make an impact some way. And if everyone were to just take maybe an hour out of their day to help someone in some way, whether it's donating, whether it's volunteering, whatever the case may be, imagine what type of nation we really would have. You talk about make America great. That's how you make it great,
That's
not by
right.
stripping everything. You're helping your fellow man, you're helping children. You know, when you say that there's more food banks than there are clinics, let me ask you, sis, now that we're faced with so much and so many people will lose so much, how are you embracing yourself? I know you've joined Our Plugs, and are you doing anything else outside of Our Plugs?
I do a lot of arts and craft. I'm good with my hands, so I do arts and craft. I go out and mentor. When I see the teenagers, the young ladies that's homeless, I go mentor to their shelter they stand in.
Yes, that is beautiful. You know, it sounds like you've lived a life of service, and all I can do is tip my hat to you because, you know, we as Black women, we are nurturers naturally.
Mhm.
And when we see a need, our natural response is to fix that need and to, you know, do what we can to help. You know, we've always been like this. I remember my mother, you know, being the same way. No matter who it was, if there was a need, we can't just sit back and do nothing.
No.
um
It's
so
generational. It's
go ahead, go
generational.
ahead.
I'm sorry. It's generational. We carry that gene. We carry that weight of the world. We've always been the caregivers and the supporters
Mhm.
and the givers and the
Mhm.
ones that want to uh, lift up the next person and pull them up when they fall on their knees and, hey, provide them with whatever it is they need to keep going. It's just in our nature.
Yeah.
And
I
I
live
love.
by the scriptures when they say, love thy neighbor. You
Mhm.
really got to love thy neighbor.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
And we love to see you doing the work. I want to see more people getting involved in doing the work. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if there are any nonprofits out there that's listening in, we need you. We need you to come on and join our plugs. We need you to come on and share with us what you're doing so we can, as a community, can do those donations. You know, powerful Black woman, Ziva, she's in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Did I say that right?
Yes.
That's such a
Kalamazoo,
funny
Michigan.
Kalamazoo. That's such a funny name to me, but I'm quite sure there are other people out here who are following the same path, and we need you in our plugs. We need for the community and for the country to see that we're not just sitting back doing nothing. We are here to serve and service. And for that, I mean, I tip my hat once again.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for what you do because it means so much to so many.
Yes.
And
And I'm
if
not
you are
doing.
out
Mhm.
in that area, please, if you can, donate, help
Yes.
out,
Yes. Because
donate.
now it's going to be worse because everything is pulling back now, right? It's going to be a lot more people out of jobs, homeless.
Yeah,
Just imagine that, guys. And I
yeah,
like, oh, and so I'm asking for donations because we may feed 800 families a month. We have 2 drives a month. Plus we have a pantry that's open that people come in and shop, right? Just imagine how many more we're gonna have to feed in, I say, in about a month.
yeah.
I give it
Because
a month.
I believe that they're cutting food stamps. What is that in April? I mean, you're
Yeah.
taking from. You
Yeah.
know, I don't mind paying taxes to make sure that a family eats. I don't mind doing it. I'm quite sure the majority of Americans don't mind helping. And if you do
Hmm.
mind helping, you might want to take a strong, hard look at yourself because it can be any of us at any day. It Nothing is promised.
That's
Nothing.
right.
The only thing that's promised is birth and death. That's
That's
it.
right. That's right.
Hmm.
That's
And I
it.
don't do it by myself. I have a handful of volunteers that help me. You know, they taking time out their busy schedule. So they give back as well when they come and volunteer with me. And that helps me to push on
Hmm.
because they
Love that.
lead on me for leadership, right? So
Hmm.
I have to be that leader to show uh, it's not really about us. It's more powerful than us. You know, it's bigger than us. It's not about us. It's about the people, and it's about us on this journey doing the work that I was created to do and I was blessed to do it. I was
Amen.
chosen to do this.
Amen. And that's what people have to understand. This isn't about none of us are here saying, "Oh, you know, we're out here trying to make millions of dollars." We're out here trying to survive. We are all in survival mode. And
Mhm.
in survival mode, you must think about those who are less fortunate, because if you don't, trust me, you won't survive. You know, people tend to give more when they see that there is a true need. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
I'm not out here, and you're not, none of us are out here trying to, you know, make millions of dollars off of the community. No, we're out here trying to survive and help those get through this. And
Mhm.
along the way, we plan to teach, mentor, and learn, because none of us have all the answers, and none of us are too old or too wise to learn. Let's
Mhm.
let's go to a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna you know what? I take that back. Let's play your commercial, Ziva. Let me go ahead and pop that in really quick. I love this commercial, you guys. Check it out.
Yes.
If you're on YouTube, take a look. Uh,
Bless.
it's beautiful. That's all I can say. That is beautiful for you to give back and take time and have people volunteer. That's what it's about. That is what it's
Mhm.
about. This is what we were made for. This is why.
Mhm.
So I'm proud of you, sis. I'm proud
Yeah.
of you. Now
Thank you.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I'm gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump right on over to Bunny. You can stay right there, sis. Go ahead and go
Okay.
on mute. Let me play this commercial really quick.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. That's red. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. If you never have fun like this, you know you're gonna have a lot of fun when you hit the door. That's red. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, yeah. Yeah, come one, come all. The Reds, located 398 Sunflower Avenue in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Featuring the best in blues, food, atmosphere, and drink. If you never have fun like this, you know you're gonna have a lot of fun when you hit the door. That's it. Oh, we're gonna have a good time.
And we are back. You know, we sing that tune, Mr. Mack. I know you're out there listening, but we all sing that tune now. It's a catchy little jig, and so now we're all singing it. And I wish when I do come to Mississippi, I am gonna have to go to Reds, because I've heard this commercial over and over, and I can sing it in my
Yes, yes.
sleep.
I want to go to Reds. Reds has
I want to
convinced
go to
me that
Reds.
I'm going to have a good time, honey. And I got to get the Reds. I'm convinced.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And I know they'll have some good food.
You know it.
I know.
Well seasoned.
Okay, well, season. And he said we're gonna have a good time, so
That's
you know I want to go.
That's right.
Sounds like a girls' trip. Hey,
That's
Bunny,
right.
how are
Oh
you?
yeah.
Hi.
Good evening,
Bunny.
honey.
Hello. Yeah, that's that was a good tune. I like that one myself.
Oh, yeah. You find your head moving when that come on. You
I
start
know,
dancing.
right?
It's true.
So we have Gail Thorpe. We call her Bunny, joining us tonight, and I'm gonna play your commercial. Do you want to play your commercial now, or you want to talk about it? No, you know what? I'm gonna play the commercial first, so we can all see what Gail has been doing over the past few years. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Gail Thorpe, and I'm the practitioner for nutrition redesign. And you just finished taking a little sneak into my practice. With nutrition redesign, we are designing women's health their way. This gives a chance for women who are suffering with diabetes, hormones, fibroids, just even fatigue, whatever that may be. The difference with nutrition redesign is that we have specialized testing, over 200 panels, to be able to really get to the bottom line of your health. These type of testings are not even located in the hospitals, so you can really get well. If you're dealing with fibroids like many women do and not sure what type of foods to eat or nutrition to take, we have it. If you have hormone problems, we can definitely help you there as well. Are you going through menopause? No worries. We have everything for you. So you can find us at www.nutritionredesign.com. You also can find us on www.rplugs.com. And we're designing health your way. Don't forget to give us a call too at 877-898-5130. I can tell you this much. The little secret's out. Definitely want to give us a call at Nutrition Design so you can really start to get healthy and become a brand new you.
I love that, Bunny. Now, you know, I have plenty of questions, honey. Plenty of questions. So, first, how did you get started?
Oh, well, it's funny because I've actually had converted myself to a new career. I was in finance and moved away from finance, and I was looking for something. I did not want to work for work for someone else anymore. I wanted to work for myself. I've always had that entrepreneur spirit. And even when I was working in corporate America, I still had a little side gig. And I've always liked to, women, for instance, speak to me and their needs. I used to sell products. There were natural products, and I used to have gatherings at people's homes, and I would put the scrubs on them, and they would just feel so good. And especially Black women, because we tend to not take care of ourselves, and we're stressed out. We're going through a whole lot most of the time, and so that always piqued my interest. And then my mom had breast cancer. She had it twice, and she had a great life. But I think if I could say anything could be different, it would be to like help to distress her a little bit sometimes, because she'd always be running, 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 and I think that had a lot to do with some of what happened to her. So I just, I prayed about it. I said, God, lead me. I've always liked the medical field. I've been around nurses. My mom was a nurse. My grandmother, my aunt, everybody. I didn't necessarily want to be a nurse per se, even though I know I would have made a good one. But I wanted to get into some type of area. So next thing you know, this popped up. I decided that I wanted to go the nutrition route. I wanted to go into the functional medicine route, because it's really getting to the bottom line of what's the reason why you're having this problem. And it's such a fascinating field. I just love it so much. So I am so dedicated to it. I've been doing it since 2010.
That's awesome. You know, we always have a reason behind what we do. And when we, like I said, when we see a need, we feel that need. And you saw a need. And I understand, we go to college and you go to, and you find that corporate job, you do what you're quote unquote supposed to do. But we always have that other passion behind the scenes. And I'm happy to hear that you didn't squash it. You decided to, go to school and pursue your dream. And for that, I commend you, because that's what we all need to do. None of us
Yes.
need to sit back and wait on someone else to help us fill our dreams. It's up to us. And I will say this, shameless plug. If you if you find yourself in that position where, you're going to this job every day, but you have a passion for, I don't know, knitting hats, start knitting hats
That's right.
and start your business,
Mhm.
no matter what it is that you want to do, you know, do it as a hobby. That hobby turns into a career, and you never know where that will take you. I never in a million years would have told you that I'd be sitting on a panel talking across airways. No, 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 no. Especially since I'm an introvert. However, when I have something to say, I will say it. And I'm coming out of that show because God's placed me here just like God placed you there. And I'm proud of you. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Here's one of my major questions, honey. Okay, I just turned 55 on the 12th.
Mhm.
And these hot flashes, I went to work yesterday at my black job, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't care about sharing because everybody at my job heard me screaming. They were all in there, cold and, turning the heat up. I'm like, why do y'all have the heat on? When I tell you guys that I felt like I was on fire, I really did. And I had on just, boots, a sweater, and some tights because it's been cold. I wanted to come out those clothes so bad. I went and stood outside. Bunny, Bunny, what can I do, baby? What can I do?
Whew. Well, having, of course, anytime when you're going through menopause, is definitely, of course, as we know, a lot of changes in the body. And our hormones, are messengers in our body. And it sends signals throughout our body. And it releases certain type of, like things like chemicals like estrogen, cortisol, things like that. So when we're experiencing those hot flashes, when we get to that point, those are natural things that is going to happen in the body. Um, there are different herbs sometimes that you can take for that. Definitely diet. People don't understand how much diet correlates to um, most chronic, all really chronic diseases that they're dealing with because there's something in the body that people may not know about unless you are in this type of field that I'm in. But when you look at the pathways in your body, there are different pathways, literally pathways in your body that helps things to convert. So when you eat something, it's actually as you're eating it and it gets into your system, it's starting to convert into different chemicals and helps to push things along. And that's why, for instance, when we're really stressed out, the body starts to release a lot of the cortisol, right? So we release different things. But in the process of releasing those different things, every pathway in the body actually has nutrition, like for instance, it may be B12, it may be vitamin D. These are conversions in the body. Some vitamins your body may make, some it does not. So we have to get it through nutrition. We have to get it through our diet. Or if you can't really eat that type of food, then you need to try to get it through your supplements. But I'm always an advocate for both. I don't think you should just always rely on supplements, but you do need to have both at least because most people are busy and sometimes their diet are not very well. But the point I'm saying is that having a great diet where you're including, greens and antioxidants, which is so important for your cells to rejuvenate and to regenerate because your cells are living and everything that you take into your body is going right feeding those cells. And your heart is a heart muscle that's all cells. So we have to really put that type of food in our system. And so back to you with the menopause, if you're eating a good diet, whereas definitely with the antioxidants, greens, um, drinking your water, then you'll start to see that even if you have the hot flashes, it won't be as bad because you're
Mhm.
feeding the body what it needs. And the
Okay.
proper signals will be able to kind of level out some.
So what I'm hearing is that I need to stay away from those hot wings because my back is big, and maybe add some fruits and vegetables
Yes,
to
yes, you
make
do.
light of it. But I know I looked at your program, and I know that you have several different programs that will help women who are going through different things within within our system.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage every woman that hears this, if you are having hot flashes like I am, take a look, because Nutrition You Design, they have a pretty extensive program, and I've got to get with you because I don't know if the people at my job can stand me any longer. I think they're gonna maybe I'll keep acting like this so they'll encourage me to work from home from here on out because
They're gonna throw you out for sure. Well, and the thing about it is that it's not a lot of information when it comes down to menopause. The doctors, they don't really, they give you hormone therapy a lot of times and things of that nature. But women sometimes are experiencing things and they're like, what's this? Like with fibroids, the same thing. It's like a gray area. They don't spend a lot of time because it's constant giving you medicine. So genetics, that's the other area. What I do is it plays a big role. So I'm really proud of the different type of testings that I offer. It's over 200 panels. I can test everything from, the type of pathogens that are in your gut. I can test things about, like, for instance, if mentally you feel off, maybe you're, having mood swings outside of being menopausal, you're having mood swings and you're not sure why that's happened. I can test for those things. I can test for the genetic composition of your body to see if this is something that you inherited, and if so, how can we, if I can get those tests back, I can see what needs to take place after that. So as prevention, which is so important because no one's going to tell you that. There's a huge test that I love a lot too, is the micronutrient test, because normally, like, when you go into the hospital or even to your doctor's office, they're only going to test you for like D3, B12, folate, because those are like the most popular things. That's whether it's a hospital or the doctor's office. But the problem is doctors don't spend a lot of time in nutrition. They literally spend 20 hours for the whole entire time in vet school. So they don't know a lot about it. They know it's important, but they don't dig into it. So the functional part is really funny. We're getting to the bottom line. Now that micronutrient test tests all of the micronutrients, all of the amino acids in your body that you need. And so many times people come to me and they're like, I'm taking one a day, but it's not working. I don't know if it's working. I still feel tired. Like, I had one of the clients came to me and she's like, I've taken one a day. I don't know what's going on. And I said, well, I do a thorough workup on people as far as asking a lot of questions so I can know which test I want to order. I ordered the micronutrient test. Come to find out, she was really deficient in a lot of vitamins. And an important thing that she didn't know, her D3, her genetically, her body, like when you get that from the sun, but her body wasn't processing it. So therefore, even though she was taking the one a day and it was just giving her the regular amount that she should, what's on the pill for everybody, she needed more. She needed more. And she wouldn't have known that if she didn't take that type of test to know that, so genetically I need to take more. So people, and that test needs to be done at least once a year because it can change. Because of age, because of diet, it can change. So when people find out that they are deficient in things, then that's when we can get to the bottom line. And just kind of quickly say too, with COVID, they didn't want to talk a lot about it, but they found out that people who had the worst cases of COVID was actually low in C, D3, and zinc. Those are the ones, those are the ones that were on the machines. Mm-hmm. Because that's that's how much doing a micronutrient test, and you have to go to someone like myself because otherwise you're not going to get in the doctor's office or the hospital.
Can I jump in too when you're done, Bunny? Because what I want to first off, thank you, because you are like a wealth of knowledge right about now. A lot of the times, us, particularly Black women, when we go to the doctor, we're dealing with practicing doctors and we're dealing with practicing nurses, practicing practitioners, sometimes people who are just practicing medicine and not really getting to the root of the issue. And when you just said that about, C19, what I could think about is back when I contracted C19, although I was not sick. I didn't feel sick. The most I lost was the sense of smell. Taking the zinc and the vitamin D and the, doing the emergencies, and I think that helped because
Mhm.
I didn't, I know we are normally in our community, we are lacking some of those essential vitamins, and a lot of people probably did not know that. And that's what I appreciate, the getting to the root of the problem instead of just doing an overlay and telling you, well, you can eat better or you can do this, but give me the break it down for me. Give me the whole shebang. I need to know what kind of greens, what type of, vitamins should I be intertwining with. So yeah, I just wanted to
Yes.
add.
Yeah. Growing up, right? Everyone in the neighborhood had a fruit tree. We was never sick growing up back in the 60s and the 70s. We was never sick because everybody in the neighborhood had fruit trees and they had gardens. We used to swap with neighbors with different fruits, different vegetables. We ate from the earth
Yes.
and we was not sick.
It's time for us to get back to that. And it
Yeah.
looks like,
Gardening again.
I'm telling you.
it looks
Yeah.
like we're going to have to get back to that,
I'm
honestly.
telling you. I'm
Well,
telling you.
especially now with them cutting back the CDC, the WHO,
Yeah.
all of those type
Yeah.
of things. Now we're
The
gonna
research, it's
a lot of
yeah.
research. We're gonna have to get back to to the grit of it to get
Yes.
yourself healthy. Also keep in mind too, there's toxic overload in the body.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of toxicity. So is plastics and it's good to check to see what's in your home if you don't have
That's right.
any type of asbestos, things of that nature. Because what happens now with those things is that gets into your body and that gets into your cells and it starts to do damage. And the next thing here comes a chronic condition. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't even know when they're sick, when they have overload of mercury. They don't know that. How would they know? Or lead or
Mhm.
anything of that nature. So I can test for that. I can test for those toxin overloads, see exactly if you have any exposure. And if you do, we need to get to the bottom of it. And that way that can help you because that alone too can bring on chronic conditions. So,
Yes.
yeah, there's a lot of little areas.
Yes.
So let me ask you, Bunny. I know that most insurance companies don't want to um, provide preventive care. They'll provide medication, but they won't help with preventive care.
Yes.
Do you accept payment plans or does your company actually accept some insurances or what is it, HSA?
Yeah, so you're right. They don't see. I'm like a specialist, so it's just like if a woman was to go through the fertility process. You know how that is. Like that, they may pay for like one or two treatments, but for the bulk of that is out of pocket, which just costs a lot of money anytime you go for any type of special type of treatment. So no, they really don't accept. I could try to. Sometimes I can put it in to see if they would take it. But because the healthcare system is designed to keep us sick, so it really, really is. It's not designed a lot of times for preventative care, even though that's the key. Because, like I said, you go to the doctor. You could just go to the doctor and say, I feel a little depressed today. Here's Zoloft. Here's Lexapro. They don't even try to say, well, you might just be having maybe a little episode or something. It doesn't mean that you have to be, clinically, like a clinical process of depression. And they just give you these medicines because that's the shortcut, right? So they don't want to, prevention and get into the root cause because that means now that can take them out of business. So, so I do accept payment plans. I'm not here to kill anybody and money.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here to just if I could do this for free, I would. I'm just
We understand. Everybody has to be able to survive. Thank you so much, Bunny. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back. Right back. And we're going to come back Bunny, stick around because I'm quite sure we're going to have a couple more questions. But hold on, you guys. Let's go to commercial really quick, and then we'll come right on back.
Hey, I'm not the Oz. Man, I'm just plain old DJ Big Daddy House.
And we are back. You are listening to DJ Kitty Cat and Miss Morningstar coming to you from WKRA 92.7, The Change. Our plugs, the community connection. We have a panel full of beautiful Black women who are coming and explaining their businesses. And I love that very much for them, as well as ourselves. I am your host tonight, DJ Kitty Cat. We are adding Mrs. Jack and Bridget to the stage. Good evening, ladies. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome, ladies.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
So we're going to start with Bunny. Just hold on because we have more questions, but we're going to start with Mrs. Jack because she's had a busy day, and I know she has to get back to get her life back because she's been gone all day. So good evening, Mrs. Jack. How are you?
I am good. Busy is an understatement of how today has been, but it's okay. I made it through.
Amen.
How y'all
Amen.
doing?
We're doing pretty good. Today's been a busy day for me too. I was on my Black job, but now I'm here with you guys, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Let me go ahead and play your commercial, sis, and then we're gonna hop right into Sparkle Kicks because I have a few questions for you as well. But I'm gonna let Miss Morningstar start this time because I feel like I'm taking over, and I have to give my sister equal footing. So hold on, let's hop into it.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
And we're back. So Sparkle Kicks, that's number one, it's a cool name. But number two, I love everything that sparkles. So go ahead, Mrs. Jack, and tell everyone about you and what you do.
So, my name is Miss Jack. I'm a military veteran. So I actually spent about almost 22 years in the military. So, we did a lot of deploying. So whenever I finished deployments, we're left with things, and I was left with PTSD. So my last duty station was in Alaska, and I had a counselor. She was like a therapist, PTSD counselor. And she would teach me things that were relaxation techniques. So at first, she taught me how to crochet. So I really started out crocheting first. So you were talking about knitting earlier, and I was like, wow, because I know how to crochet. So that's how I really started. And I actually had another business called Scarves by Shanika. So I started out making scarves, hats, anything that I could crochet, little loveys and things like that. So, I got really good at that. And then I went to YouTube one day. So I was like, let me teach myself something else. I saw a lady that had some sparkly shoes, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could do that. So I found, YouTube, my husband calls it YouTube University. You can learn how to do anything on YouTube. So I went on there, used my own shoes first, started sparkling my own shoes, and I did pretty good. I had to pat myself on the back. None of them fell off, so I figured I was doing it right.
Well,
I didn't leave a trail, so I was good.
Well, that works, and I've seen your work. I love the shoes that you are, the Crocs. Unfortunately, I don't like Crocs. I don't like the way they feel on my feet. However, I'm not a Crocs person. I think they're cute. I really do, but I don't like the way that they feel on my feet. But I love the sparkle ones that you have and the butterflies. I love those. But they're a size.
Those are the most popular shoes.
Yeah, they should be, and those are cute. And jazzy is just not for me. And now if they did away with the it looks like a duck to me. If they did away with that duck look, maybe, but not for me. But I do like the sparkles. Let me ask you, so how long have you I I know the answer to these questions, but how long have you been doing the sparkle kicks? Yes, Miss Lady, Miss Jack.
I started Sparkle Kicks in 2020.
In
So it's 4
2020.
years. Yep.
And you're a pro. Did you ever think in those 4 years that one day you'd end up on the radio?
No, my whole thing was I'm a homebody. My husband goes to work. I really needed something to do while he was gone. I watched all the series on Netflix and on TV, so I needed something to occupy my time. So, that's pretty much where Sparkle Kicks came from too. So, I had to try to challenge myself. And now I'm, starting to make new things and cutting boards and just adding new things, to the site. So then I fell in love with resin art, and so now I can make those type of things, custom dominoes, custom jewelry, coasters, wine bottle holders, just tons of stuff. So I'm just in the process now, just adding new things so that when people come through, you get really an array of things. You'll find like older, like things for older individuals, things for children, any age group on Sparkle Kicks.
Especially what do you call those? The straw toppers and the things for the cups. Everybody's walking around with these giant cups now. I know I have 4 of them.
The Stanley tumbler toppers, yeah.
Yeah, the Stanley tumblers. And you've got the tops for those with the matching chains, and everybody's blinging out their cups. And we are a funny nation. We hop on a trend, and we as people, we bling it out, and I love
think
it.
You might want to say we're trendsetters, and especially us, we are trendsetters.
Definitely.
The blueprint,
yes, the
plug. So Mrs. Jack, I know that you're making skins, and I think that is going to be an excellent product in the shop. Let me remind everyone that's listening, all of these ladies that you're hearing, they are members of Our Plugs, with the exception of Bridget. But Bridget, we just found her today, and she's going to join. She already told me she's going to join, so she's going to join. So all of us can be found on ourplugs.com. That's www.ourplugs.com. Plugs with an S. Come and check us out. Come and shop with us. Mrs. Jack, one more thing. So the resins the skins that you're making, those are for our credit cards. And I cannot wait to get mine. I'm so excited. So she actually personalizes your credit card, so I think it's just a wonderful idea. And there's one in particular credit card that a lot of the men are asking for. I find hilarious. What is that, Mrs. Jack?
It is the food stamp credit card scan. And the crazy part is my husband is the one that pointed it out to me first. And he was like, you should do that one. Please do. I want that one. And he had said it already after Ms. Morningstar's husband has said it as well. And so then I looked into it. That's the most popular one.
The food stamp scan, y'all. I'm so surprised with that. I'm so surprised with that.
It's quite funny. It's quite funny.
Quite funny.
It's good. It's a good chuckle.
Right. Oh, so for people that don't know what I'm talking about, what the skin is, basically it's a label to put on top of your credit card. So it's like a vinyl. And you can do custom. I'm going to add that to my site. So you'll be able to put your own personal picture, or you'll be able to choose from the available photos that I'll have for the choices. And definitely the food stamp one. I have like 3 or 4 versions of the food stamp one, but it's just like a sticker that you put over your credit card, and it has a hole for the chip. And it's permanent vinyl. So once you get it on there, please make sure you are going as slow as you can. It's kind of hard to peel it back off, but it's a cute thing.
It's perfect for logos, though. You know, we have our own business. So I actually, for our company credit card, I'm going to put our company logo on it. Well, yeah,
Yes.
our company logo on it, and it's perfect for business owners. So you know how you can actually be a little jazzy and flashy. Oh yeah, I've got my own company card, and it's got my company logo on it. You know, we always have to be a little extra. That's the beautiful part about us.
I am very
I love
extra.
being extra.
I
love it.
Extra over here. Extra over
This
here.
morning stuff. We are Capricorns. We are
Yes,
extra
ma'am.
by nature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't help it. Beginning and the end. Beginning and the end. So our next guest, thank you, Mrs. Jack. You can stick around. I know you have to leave, but if you can stick around, do you have any questions for any of the other guests? Because I do want to bring in Mrs. Bridget.
No, if they have any questions for me, I'll answer them. If not, I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
Well, thank
So
you.
I understand that you're getting home and you go and take care of that husband of yours and you go and have a good evening, and we'll chat a little later, sis.
Okay.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great evening, and thank you guys for checking out our plugs.
Thank you, Miss Jack.
Thank you for coming on. Have a good night, Beck.
Thank you, sis. So, all right, come on. Let me see. Come on in, Bridget. So Bridget is new. Hello, Bridget.
Hello, everybody. How you ladies doing?
Doing pretty good. I didn't get a chance to talk to you this morning. This is DJ Kitty Cat, but I was watching. I was on my black job, so I didn't get a chance to talk to you this morning. I saw the food. I saw the drinks. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about, okay?
Let me tell you. Yeah, play my favorite video. Go ahead,
Okay,
kid.
let me. Which one do I start with, though, sis? Okay, let's start here. Let's start with Bridget. Okay, that's Bridget. Congratulations, sis.
Gorgeous.
Pizza Pro XL is the name of her company, you guys. And she has a lot going on. Number one, it's these wings. Oh my goodness.
Y'all see that?
Now you know.
There's some static in the background. Okay.
Yeah.
Bridget, I'm gonna mute your mic for just a second and then you can unmute to talk. Okay, there you go. You got a little background.
There we go. So we've got the wings right here, you guys. Now we're gonna hold on, because there's more. Look at this one. This is the XL.
That is the libations, honey. Look at
That's
that.
the libations. I'm gonna have to get to Mississippi. I gotta get to Reds, and now we have to go to Pizza Pro.
Oh,
XL,
yeah.
sis.
Oh, yeah.
It's a road trip. It is a road trip. And then she has entertainment, you guys. She has, let me see, can I find it? She has entertainment. Oh, hold on. She's hiring. That's number one. She's hiring. That's why, Bridget, you got to get in our plugs so we can help you with your hiring search. But then she also has entertainment. I mean, Bridget, you are doing a thing.
Yeah.
I want to bring Bridget back up so she can explain to us how she got started. Look at this. And she's a young lady. I am proud of, I'm so proud of our sisters, and I'm so proud to meet you. My goodness. But I'm going to go back to just one more.
This was a treat this morning.
It was a treat. Now, this is a treat.
Honey, this is a
I don't
meal.
know if it's because I'm hungry. Y'all don't tell Bunny. Don't tell Bunny, okay? This is probably why.
I already hear you.
Where's my side of ranch dressing?
Okay. Well, look at that. This is why. Unbig my back, okay? That's all I'm gonna say is unbig my back. Look at that.
Please.
Pizza Pro XL. Come on off mute, Bridget, and tell us how you got started, honey. Uh-oh. I'm gonna unmute you. There you go. There you go. Go ahead and tell us how you got started.
All right. Well, it's crazy because in 2020 I got started as well. I guess it was COVID. Everybody's got their business started.
Got started.
Yeah, that's when I started. I was sitting at home and wanted to start a business. I actually was considering the security industry because that's where my background is. But God led me in other places. So I saw a need in my community, a business that was closing that I didn't want to go away. So I decided to take it over. And since then, I've taken it from having only 2 employees to 22.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. So yes, we've grown. We was originally Pizza Pro. Now we operate as Pizza Pro Excel after I added the bar as well as the live entertainment.
How nice is that?
Yeah.
How nice
I
is
love it. I
That's
love it. I know
awesome.
this much. I am so proud. I just met you today and I see what you're doing. I cannot wait to get to Mississippi. My
Yes.
my parents, my dad's family are from Greenville, Mississippi. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to make my way to Mississippi, and Pizza Pro XL will be one of the stops along with Reds because
Oh,
I need to
yeah.
have a good time.
Gotta go to the juke joint.
Yeah,
To
look,
the
I'm
juke
10 minutes from Red, and I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to check Red out as well because I love
Oh,
Yes.
supporting other small businesses.
Absolutely. That's what
So
we
you-
have to do.
That's why we are here. See how you never heard of Reds and these 10 minutes away. This is about the connecting of the community.
That's right.
This is where it
Absolutely.
starts.
Absolutely. And this is the only way that we're going to sustain is by encouraging each other. Don't give up. Don't sit down and say, "Oh, all is lost," because it's not. Get your backing, sit down, write out your plan, get people to help. Oh, that looks good. And get started. Because what's going to stop you? The only thing that's going to stop you is yourself. That's it. If you have an idea, this young lady said, "I wanted to get into something," and look at what she's doing. I'm so very proud. I cannot wait to meet you. We got to wait until this, the spring. But I'm only in Texas. We can drive over to Mississippi. That's a hop, skip, and a jump. Actually, no, I'd rather fly. I don't feel like driving. But we'll figure it out. But
Look, hopefully we're speaking into existence. I'll be shipping and stuff soon, so we're speaking into existence. You may not have to come here.
hey, that sounds good. That sounds real good.
I hear expansion.
Amen.
You better claim it. Yes,
Claim it, honey.
You speak it, it
Expansion.
will.
And Houston is a great market because we all love to eat. Don't tell Bunny. Please don't tell Bunny. Don't tell Bunny. Is Bunny still here?
But I am still here. It's about moderation. Everything is in moderation.
They don't do nothing in moderation here in Texas, Bunny.
We do it all big, Bunny.
Everything big.
That's why my back is
Everything's big in Texas, right? The
Everything's
steaks.
big, including my back. But that's all right. I'm gonna get it
I'm over
together.
here looking at my squat machine right now, like, girl, go ahead, get on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on it. Yeah, I'm gonna go. If I can go swim every day, I'd be all right. But because it's cold outside, I can't go swim. So I'm gonna trim down after my trip. Okay, after I experience this, I promise y'all, buddy, I'm gonna do better. I just gotta get this out my system. You gotta let a sister live. You gotta let me live just a little bit. You are listening to WKRA 92.7, The Change. I am your host, DJ Kitty. I am here with my co-host, Mrs. Morningstar. We are from Our Plugs, a community connection, and we are so very, very thankful to be here and be able to bring you us, to bring you opportunity, to bring you life and love, and to understand that we don't have to sit back and take it. We have other things going on. That being said, I'm gonna play my last commercial of the night, and then we're gonna come on back. I'm gonna play this commercial, 2 commercials. Come on back, and then I want everybody to say your last piece before we end the show. Let's start here. You guys, that is Mrs. Morningstar's Boutique. If you need something classy, something jazzy, please go to ourplugs.com. Click on Miss Morningstar. She's got all the cute boutique items that you can think of, and I cannot wait to get my sweater. Next, our favorite commercial for the night. He promises that we're going to have a good time, y'all. I believe that. At Reds. Anywho, before we end, I want to thank everyone that came out tonight to showcase their business. I want to thank everyone that came on YouTube and that's out there listening. All of our listeners over on WKRA 92.7. We truly appreciate you for listening in, for tuning in, for giving us your time. I can't say thank you enough. Mrs. Bridget, we're going to go backwards. So, Mrs. Bridget, any final words before we end for the evening?
I just want to say, you guys, I feel empowered. When I say from listening to individual, each that big with other entrepreneurs. So just listen to you guys speaking from a level of knowledge, speaking from your passion. For me, is empowerment. And I thank God for putting me with places where I need to be, because I actually needed that encouragement. So thank you, ladies.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're so welcome. And Bridget, I will be in touch after the call. I need you. I need your business. I need Pizza Pro XL in our plugs. And do you ship? Do you ship?
Awesome. I love it.
Oh, we have a delay.
We don't yet, but that's definitely in my future plans.
All right. That sounds good. But we'll be in Mississippi soon enough. Thank you so much for joining us, Bridget. We really appreciate you, and I'll definitely be reaching out shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you. And Miss Bunny, any last words?
Yes. Well, it's really in moderation. So don't be so scared to say anything around me. You just, it's really not about so much starving yourself of foods that you enjoy. It's not really about that. It's just in moderation. I always go by the 80-20 rule, as much as you can, 80% healthy and 20% unhealthy sometimes, because your body, it does crave it. It does need it sometimes. So it's not going to, it's not such a bad thing, right? And my last thing is that I meant to say earlier is that if you have a health savings account, like if you're working in corporate America, a lot of times people do have that. So if you have a health savings account, that a percentage goes towards your medical expenses, like someone like myself. So I can take that health savings program as well. But I'm just thankful to be on the show with you ladies tonight, and I feel empowered too. I love it when we get together as a community. I know that my mom will be proud because I've dedicated this to her, my practice, to help each and every woman I could possibly find. So thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, Bunny. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bunny.
Thank you,
so
Bridget,
much.
as well. I didn't get a chance.
Thank you.
to say
Yes,
it.
thank you, Bridget, as well.
Bridget, and thank you, Bunny.
And Mrs. Jack.
And Mrs. Jack, thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, Ziva, go ahead and give us your final words, sweetheart.
I would like to thank MacMan for giving us this opportunity to go on air and to advertise our gifts, because that's what they are.
Yes.
God created us with so many gifts to use so we wouldn't have to struggle. That's what the gifts are for, right? So we take these gifts, we uplift the next person. Then that person uplifts the next one. It's like a domino effect. So we are the blueprint of this earth. And what our ancestors did, they laid the way for us to continue to uplift the next generation. But we all must do it together.
Absolutely.
We all must do it together.
Thank you so much, powerful Black woman, Ziva Carter. I so appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. This was a very, very powerful panel full of Black excellence, Black girl magic. I always say we are magic. We're magical people. We are. And it just goes to show that Black women, when we come together and we are building foundations, we can do anything. So I thank each and every one of you ladies for being here this evening, and speaking about your business. And each and every one of you are a contributor to the community, and we appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I will end with this. Number one, thank you. Thank you. All praises go to God first.
Amen.
Number two, thank you, WKRA 92.7 and Mr. Mack. You saw our vision and you gave us an opportunity, and I can never repay you enough. Just the opportunity to get out here and speak our truth and to encourage others to not give up in a crazy world that we're living in, and to remind everyone that we still have each other and we're gonna be all right. We were built for this. We were made for this. We are here to make sure that the next generation and the next generation and that generation after that can make it. It's up to us. We can't give up. It's not an option. And those who are out there listening, I will encourage you, do what you can. Drink your water, touch some grass when it's warm, get you some exercise, eat healthy, get some water in, get that exercise. And I can't implore you enough. I can't say it enough. And most importantly, take care of yourself, your mental state. We are going to get through these next 4 years. I encourage anyone who has a business to join our plugs. This was our first week on the air. This is the beginning of something great. This is just the beginning. Every Friday, we will highlight a new business. We will highlight our members. We will highlight those who need to be highlighted in the community. I can't wait to get the mentors in here. I can't wait to see how other nonprofits are moving and shaking. And I'm so very thankful. This is your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with Our Plugs, the Community Connection, signing off. To you all, have a great weekend. We'll be back on the air Monday at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great weekend.
God bless.
Good night, everyone. Good night.